Choosing a career, it's one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make, right? And it can feel totally overwhelming. But what if there was a clear, structured way to actually find the right path for you? Well, in this explainer, that's exactly what we're going to break down. Let's start with this quote from Brian Tracy, because it really hits home. Getting your career choice wrong isn't just a small mistake. He calls it one of the greatest wastes of time in life. Think about that. It's not just about a paycheck. It's about your time, your energy, and your future. The stakes are incredibly high. So what is the real cost of being in the wrong career? Well, it's probably a lot higher than you think. If you're feeling unfulfilled or just plain bored at work, you are so far from alone. The reality is, most people admit their job doesn't really challenge them or light them up. It's a massive, widespread issue, not some personal failing. And here's the real kicker. The cost isn't just about getting through a boring Tuesday. It's about losing your most productive, creative years. Time is literally the one thing you can't get back, and spending it in the wrong place is, well, it's a huge waste.
All right, enough of the doom and gloom. Let's pivot to the solution. The journey to the right career, it doesn't start with job listings or salaries. Nope. It starts with a really simple internal question. It starts with you.
So before you even think about looking at what jobs are out there, you've got to look inward. The entire process, everything we're about to talk about, hinges on one single foundational question. And here it is. What do I really enjoy doing? No, seriously, take a second with this. What are the things that give you energy, that make you feel alive, that give you a genuine sense of satisfaction? That answer, whatever it is, becomes the true north on your career compass.
Okay, so once you have an idea, even just a hint of what you enjoy, you need a process. You need a way to turn that feeling into a potential career. So here's a simple 3-step framework to guide you.
Let's call this your personal career compass. It's a tool, right? It's designed to help you navigate from that foggy uncertainty of what if to the bright clarity of what's next.
Here are the 3 steps. It's really straightforward. First, you look inward to identify what you enjoy. We just talked about that. Second, you look outward to gather some real-world intel. And third, you test your theory and you learn from the experience. Inward, outward, test. Simple.
Let's zoom in on step 2, looking outward. This is all about something called informational interviewing. Now don't let that fancy name fool you. It is not a job interview. It's just a casual, low-pressure conversation with people who are already doing the job you think you might want to do.
So what do you even talk about? Get curious. Ask them about the business, their specific company, the role itself. But go deeper. Don't just ask about the job description. Ask the real questions like, hey, what's the hardest part of this job that nobody ever talks about? Or what's a common reason good people decide to leave this company? The answers to those questions, that's pure gold.
And now for step 3, test and learn. Once you actually land a role in a field that seems promising, the key is to commit. Commit 100%. Give it your absolute all. Because it's only through that total immersion that you'll know for sure if it's the right fit.
In this commitment, it leads to 2 possible outcomes. And here's the cool part. They are both wins. On one hand, you discover this is absolute the right career for you. Boom, that's success. On the other hand, you learn it's not the right fit. And that isn't failure, my friend. That is clarity. See what's happening here? This full commitment approach just accelerates the entire process. Instead of wondering for years if you made the right call, you find out quickly. And that lets you either double down with confidence or pivot to the next experiment without wasting any more time.
This whole process, looking in, looking out, and testing, it isn't just about finding a job. It's about something so much bigger. It's about finding your purpose.
The core idea here is that you have a fundamental responsibility to yourself. A duty, really. A duty to find work that you actually enjoy, that uses your natural talents, that brings out the very best in you, and that gives you a deep sense of joy and satisfaction.
And when you fulfill that responsibility to yourself, you're not just building a career. You are laying the foundation for something really profound. You're actually uncovering the starting point of your own personal greatness.
Which brings us right back to this powerful idea from the start. Selecting that purpose, that career that is truly aligned with who you are, it isn't just a practical decision. It is the launchpad. It is the starting point of personal greatness. It's where everything begins.
So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this question to really think about. Forget about the job title, forget about the salary for just a minute. What is the one activity that you enjoy so much that it feels less like work and more like just being you?
Because that right there, that just might be the key to everything.